Hi, I'm Christopher Atwater, and this is Cards and Tankards. As the creative director for an indie development studio, I often get asked how and why did I get into this line of work, and the answer is something deeply personal to me that I felt deserved this public explanation. Anyone who plays video games can relate to the value of escapism from their daily lives through games. It is very similar to the escapism experience from reading a good book or watching an engaging movie. However, for myself and many others like me, video games are the ultimate form of escapism, and I will explain why. When I was a kid, I grew up in a family situation that's unfortunately become all too common these days. My parents divorced when I was only 8 years old, and I was quickly torn into opposing worldviews. Every other week, I went from being surrounded by family and friends to basically being confined to my room, afraid to leave or even be noticed. Thankfully, my stepbrother, who I shared a room with, was often not around, and I was able to pass my time escaping into Zelda, Pokemon, and Super Mario games. Looking back, it was honestly the only thing that saved me, and to this day, it's still my preferred method of therapy. Even as an adult, after I joined the military, I resisted the social pressures to stop gaming and to grow up, because those that judged me and my struggle didn't understand the value that it provided me in my life. After a mission, when lives were lost and I was home alone in my own head, considering the unthinkable, the only thing I found that consistently made me forget it all was gaming. And I'm so grateful to the game designers who have paved the way before me. And now I'm fulfilled with purpose as I create worlds that others who are struggling can escape into as well, even if just for a little while. But how did I get here? Well, I started by sharing my passion for gaming through content creation on platforms like Twitch and YouTube. With virtual reality technology becoming more affordable to the average consumer, I decided to position myself to make content for an up-and-coming VR title with no established competition. I found Cards and Tankards through the Pancakes and VR Stream Team's beta testing program, and I quickly fell in love with the project and its potential. The small development team was lacking a specific skill set, which I didn't hold at the time, but I decided to learn so I could help the game grow. After hours of YouTube videos and experimenting within the Unity game engine, I provided my first usable contributions to the project and thus proved my value to the team. My process improvement and program management experience from the military definitely helped as well, and I quickly climbed the ranks to become an invaluable member to this team. To this day, I continue to engage with the over 500,000 players in our taverns, and I'm consistently reminded of the reason I'm so dedicated to this project. Every time a player tells me about how grateful they are to have a safe place to escape, I'm filled with pride and joy because I know I'm pursuing my life's purpose helping others. I worked on this project for 2 years before I even made a dime because it's never been about the money. This community, these players, are the reason I keep doing this. They're just like me, and we're all just looking for a brief escape to cope with the stress of our daily lives. If you've never played a game before, I encourage you to try. Find a game that interests you and see if it helps you forget about your troubles, while also introducing you to a community of like-minded people from all over the world that are struggling just like you. You can't make friends home alone while reading a book, but you can while gaming. So, want to escape with me?